Hello, welcome to another PG-rated movie review. I'm Patrick Gleason, your host for OutOfTheBasement.ca, and of course, I'm reviewing Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Yes, I went to see a new movie, and yes, I know Devram and other people will say, "Why don't you watch new movies instead of reviewing 10 or 15 or 20-year-old movies?" Well, I watch what I watch, and I review the ones I want to review. That's how it's gonna be. I will be trying to do more movie reviews and more modern movies as I go along. Hopefully, I'll be able to start getting these down once a week, and if not, eventually even more, or we'll see what I can do. But again, on to Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Excellent, awesome, wonderful, like the best movie of the year. This is an incredibly well done movie. The actors had a great time making the movie, I can tell. The interplay with them is wonderful. My big ones I give to is Chris Pratt and Dave Bautista. The other ones are doing a great job, don't, but these two stuck out with me just the way they seem to be having so much fun playing their character, especially Dave Bautista. He obviously has now put Drax into his system, and he's just loving it. He is having the time of his life playing Drax, and it shows. But again, I recommend go. All the actors do a great job. The movie's well written, well directed. I only have a couple minor little things which I will talk about at the end when spoilers. I'm going to give my rating beforehand because I don't want people. It's newer. I don't want people having to go skip through spoilers, and I really don't want to sit here and go, okay, spoilers are from this time to this time. That, and I'm too lazy. You know that. So, what do I give this movie? I give it the full 12 pack out of 12. This is a full 12 pack of good, really good imported or excellent microbrewed beer. This is top notch. Again, there are a couple minor things I have with it, but they are minor and they do not affect the movie in any way. The enjoyment is still there. There was nothing when I was watching the movie that made me go, no, right off the, like, no, it was afterwards when I'm talking about it, I'm like, okay, that's a minor little thing that could have been fixed. But if it's not fixed, it doesn't matter. The movie is still really enjoyable, really good. Now, what I'm gonna, so again, full great beer, 12 pack of great imported or microbrewed beer, whatever your favorite is. That's what it is. It's excellent. It's one that you can go, yes, I can go back to this again and again and again. I cannot wait to get the Blu-ray to see all the extra features and the bloopers and all the stuff from this movie. Okay, so that's the good news. Now, people watching who don't want to hear spoilers from the new movie, go see it. Look out for the Easter eggs and some teasers that Marvel always does. Stay to the very end of the credits. I'm not saying more, but just stay to the very, very end and try to pick up on the Easter eggs. Unless you're a super Guardians of the Galaxy fan and in Marvel, you won't get all the Easter eggs. Don't worry, they're explained on the internet a lot of places. Patrick Ramsaway was one of the few people who picked up some of the bigger ones. Well, not bigger ones, but some of the more minor ones, which I hadn't. I wasn't a huge fan of the Guardians of the Galaxy way back when, so I didn't catch them. So again, go see the movie, watch it, and then add your comments or whatever if you want to. Now for the spoilers. Well, a couple of minor things I have is it's not really a spoiler. It's more of how Hollywood seems to be doing because of the CGI and special effects now. More is more. So in space battle scenes now, it's instead of just a few ships fighting each other, it's the swarm coming through, and I'm not a fan of that. I like it cleaner, not as much distraction, so I can actually pay attention to the action heroes on the screen instead of trying to see several thousand ships going back and forth, because it doesn't make me feel any threatened by the heroes if there's that many ships. You know they're getting away from it because there's just two. It's an insane amount, so I'm not worried about them. Two or three ships attacking the heroes, then I'm worried because there's more threat. It seems more real to me than 15,000 ships all coming towards the one ship. Because then it's like, yeah, I know they're going to get out of it somehow. Not worried. Again, that's more not for this movie itself. It's more of a Hollywood overall doing this sort of thing with it happened in Star Trek. It happens too much. I'm not a fan of it. The couple other ones are the bigger one was Ego's plan for Star-Lord, Peter Quill. Now, Peter Quill's his son, so that's the connection to Kurt Russell, who does a great job of playing Ego. But the Ego wants to use Star-Lord's power as a battery so he can have his seeds for planets explode across all the other planets in the galaxy or universe, making him the most powerful thing in the galaxy because he's made himself consciousness spread out across all these planets. That's a little hard to follow. But the Star-Lord being a battery to him was a weird one because the only time Star-Lord had power was on the planet using Ego's power. Because when Ego got destroyed, Star-Lord had no more power. So how was he a battery if he's only got it while he's on the planet and he's using Ego's power? It's not really a battery, it's you're splitting your power now amongst two. So, like I said, that it's a minor little one. I'm sure it in the extended thing it might make more sense, or if I read more background on it, it would make more sense. But right now, that was my big issue of like that made no sense why he had Star-Lord to do that with. Unless again, maybe like because he touched an Infinity Stone, he had some power juice still in there from that would make sense. But it wasn't explained, so that's where I was scratching my head. I was talking with Paul Saunders, another one of the other basement guys, about this, and we both had the same sort of thing of like we didn't understand that part of how is he a battery if he's only got the power on the planet and he's using Ego's power as well. Anyway, I may have missed it. It's okay, but that was my issue with the movie. That's the biggest one actually was that. Yondu they did a backstory to him which worked out well. Like at the end, Yondu's death teared me up. Like I actually felt I enjoyed and teared up for his heroic death. But I didn't know if he really needed that. Like I would have been happy with him being the cynical, bitter pirate who for some reason felt an attachment to the young, scrawny 10-year-old Terran, and that's why he sort of took him under his wing. That was fine. But the backstory did work, and it actually helped introduce another character, Sylvester Stallone's character, Starhawk, who I didn't know was Starhawk. Patrick Ramsey, I had to point that out because he's, like I said, big fan of Guardians of the Galaxy. He knew who that character was. I didn't. But I was still impressed and liked Sylvester Stallone's portrayal in the movie. And the Ravengers now, like I'm still not sure what they are in the Guardians of the Galaxy background. Like, how do they fit in? They're obviously sort of pirates and illegal people, but they seem to have a very honorable type of code. And Sylvester Stallone's character is an old Guardians of the Galaxy hero, so shouldn't he try to be a good guy? Again, I'm not too sure of how it fits in there. Maybe some of you can enlighten me, or Patrick, you can enlighten me of how the Ravagers fit in the universe or the galaxy for Guardians of the Galaxy. And that was pretty much it. Like everyone had a story arc, everyone had development. Gamora and Nebula had a good background. Like their sibling rivalry got more discussed, and the story arc works. Each character has an arc. Drax has his family thing, but it continues on in this one. Even Baby Groot sort of has a story arc, and the ending with teenage Groot was hilarious. But I'm not too sure if again a teenage Groot would be like a human teenager. That is like, well, okay, you're putting very human characteristics on a plant alien life. I don't think that other alien species always are going to have the same sort of teenage angst we humans do. And so that was another, again, tiny little nothing big, nothing that stopped me from enjoying the movie and wanting to watch it again. Now, Stan Lee in this movie, he's in it, but it's a teaser again, but it worked really well. He's talking with watchers, explaining how some of his characters are in other movies, which ties in well with all the fan fiction going on of like, well, how is Stan Lee the same looking person, same sort of thing throughout all of the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies? this is the, like I said, it's a nod to the fan fiction that he is either a watcher or similar to a watcher, and he's there throughout the different movies to write down or witness what is happening in those events. So his portrayal is great. The nice tongue in cheek sort of thing. It's nod to the fan fiction. Howard the Duck, he's there, which it's a quick thing through the bar. I like how they've made him look in the CGI. Now, does this mean there's going to be Howard the Duck movie? Well, James Gunn does like the Howard the Duck comics, not the horrible movie, but the comics. So who knows? They might actually try to do a reboot of it at some point in time, see how people feel about the Howard the Duck. Now, again, Howard the Duck might actually have something to do in the Guardians of the Galaxy movie or on Earth. Who knows? It'd be almost interesting to see if they could actually do it properly. There's like so many other characters they have available to them to do movies. So who knows? Hell, maybe TV series, Netflix, get on it. But that's the movie. That was, again, excellent, enjoyable. Put your comments down or not. It doesn't bother me. And I hope you go see it soon and enjoy it. Thank you very much.